Meanwhile, the economy remains a matter of concern. Governments around the world are bringing out the big guns, not to fight a war. I'm talking about the special measures, the relief packages to save their domestic economies. Yesterday, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced a package of $260 billion, $260 billion. That's around 10% of India's GDP, 20 lakh crore rupees. You must have counted the zeros by now. India's relief package is among the largest in the world. Today, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman shared the specifics. Here are the major takeaways. It was a long press conference. We've taken out the key highlights. Perhaps the biggest announcement was this: collateral-free automatic loans for micro, small and medium enterprises, what we call MSMEs, micro, small and medium enterprises. 3 lakh crores have been set aside by the government for this. These firms, MSMEs, will not need a collateral to get this funding. Contribution to the Employee Provident Fund, or EPF, has been slashed. For the next 3 months, EPF contribution will be 10% each for employers and employees. The due date for all income tax returns has been extended to the 30th of November. There's a tax cut too. Rates for tax deducted at source, that's TDS. So TDS rates and tax collection at source have been slashed. It's a cut of 25%, and this is for the non-salaried payments. And this is one of the many announcements that we expect from the central government. This is still work in progress. The measures are targeted. Specific steps are being taken to infuse cash into India's small and medium enterprises, into the power distribution companies, into non-banking financial institutions and microfinance firms. In the month of March, specific announcements were made for the poor. The government said it would provide 1.7 trillion rupees in direct transfers and food security measures. Today, a special provision has been made to bail out 2 lakh stressed MSMEs. They will be eligible for a subordinate debt provision. These debts are only repayable after other debts of the company have been paid. 20,000 crores has been set aside for this. On its part, the government says it will now allow only Indian companies to compete in tenders up to 200 crore rupees. The finance minister said that the relief package is in line with the Prime Minister's vision of a self-reliant India.
Certainly when he says Atmanirbhar Bharat, it is not to look inwards and cut India to become an isolationist country. It certainly talks about a confident India which can rest on its strengths and also be able to contribute to the globe, the way in which the Prime Minister rightly pointed out. The production of PPE and masks and also ventilators to an extent has rapidly grown within these 40 days. We have the capability.
India is not alone. Governments around the world are looking for ways to free up cash and infuse it into their economies. The coronavirus outbreak will leave a deep impact on the global economy. The extent of the damage is only beginning to reveal itself. The United Kingdom is among the worst hit. Its economy has shrunk by a record 5.8% since February. Finance Minister Rishi Sunak said today that the UK faces a significant recession.
Well, as you know, a recession is defined technically as 2 quarters of decline in GDP. We've seen one here with only a few days of impact from the virus. So it is now, yes, very likely that the UK economy will face a significant recession this year, and we are in the middle of that as we speak.
The United States could be staring at more troubled times. Its national debt is growing. The U.S. Treasury Department has reported a budget deficit of $738 billion. Under Donald Trump, America's debt has grown considerably. Since he took office, the U.S. national debt has risen from under $20 trillion to more than $24 trillion. Jerome Powell, the chairman of the U.S. Federal Reserve Board of Governors, is worried about the health of the American economy. He says more fiscal stimulus will be needed for a revival.
The scope and speed of this downturn are without modern precedent, significantly worse than any recession since World War II. We are seeing a severe decline in economic activity and employment, and already the job gains of the last decade have been erased.
The global economic outlook is worsening. The IMF projects that advanced economies will shrink by more than 6%. The developing world is bound to be hit.